Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all my dear students. How are you all? Hope you all are fine. Students, in the previous video, we saw exercise 1.1, question number 1, 2 and 3. Today, we are going to continue exercise 1.1 and solve some more sums. So, let us solve it. Exercise 1.1. Question number 4. A plane is flying at the height of 5,000 meters above the sea level. At a particular point, it is exactly above a submarine flowing 1200 meters below the sea level. What is the vertical distance between them? Students, in this question, we have to find the vertical distance between the plane and submarine. And we have been given the height of a plane as well as the depth of the submarine. Students, note that the plane is 5,000 meters above the sea level, and at that point it is exactly above a submarine which is flowing 1200 meters below the sea level. So, in order to find the distance between a plane and a submarine, we will subtract minus 1200 from 5000. Students, note that we consider minus 1200 as negative integer as the word below is given to us. So, let us solve question number 4. After writing the necessary information given to us, height of a plane is given to us 5,000 meter. Depth of a submarine is also given to us minus 1200 meter. Therefore, distance between a plane and submarine is equal to 5,000 meters minus 1,200 meters. Now, adding the additive inverse of minus 1200, which is 1200 to 5000, we get 5000 meter plus 1200 meter. Now, adding 1200 to 5000, we get 6200. Thus, the vertical distance between plane and submarine is 6200 meters. Now, question number 5. Mohan deposits rupees 2000 in a bank account and withdraws rupees 1642 from A the next day. If withdrawal of amount is represented by a negative integer, how will you represent the amount deposited? Find the balance in Mohan's account after the withdrawal. Students, in this question, we have to find the balance in Mohan's account after the withdrawal, and we have been given the amount deposited by Mohan and also the amount withdrawn by him. Students, also it is given to us that the amount withdrawn is represented by negative integer. Then how will you represent the amount deposited? Thus, if the amount withdrawn is rupees minus 1642, then the amount deposited will be rupees 2000, that is positive integer. So, let us solve question number 5. After writing the necessary information given to us and find the balance in Mohan's account after withdrawal by adding both the deposited amount and withdrawal amount. Solution 5. Amount deposited equals to rupees 2000. Amount withdrawn equals to rupees minus 1642, as it is represented by a negative integer. So we wrote minus 1642. Thus, balance in Mohan's account after the withdrawal equals to amount deposited plus amount withdrawn equals to rupees 2000 plus rupees minus 1642. Now, subtracting 1642 from 2000, as the integers have different sign, and also subtracting 1642 from 2000 as whole number, we get rupees 358. Thus, balance in Mohan's account after withdrawal is rupees 358. Students, note that we get the answer in positive, as absolute value of positive integer is bigger than that of absolute value of negative integer. Students, in this question, the amount deposited is represented by a positive integer, and the amount withdrawn is represented by a negative integer. Now, question number 6. Rita goes 20 kilometers towards east from a point A to the point B. From B, she moves 30 kilometers towards west along the same road. If the distance towards east is represented by a positive integer, then how will you represent her final position from A? Students, try to understand this question. In this question, it is clearly given to us that Rita goes 20 kilometers towards east from point A to the point B, and from point B she moves 30 kilometers towards west. Also, it is given to us that if the distance towards east is represented by positive integer, then how will you represent her final position from A? Thus, in simple words, we can say that from point A, Rita travels or moves 20 kilometers to east, that is point B. And from point B, Rita travels or moves 30 kilometers towards west. Thus, in this question, we have to find Rita's final position from A. Thus, in order to find Rita's final position from A, we have to add both the integers where 20 is a positive integer and minus 30 is a negative integer. As it is clearly given to us that distance travelled towards east is represented by a positive integer. Thereby, we can say that distance travelled towards west is represented by a negative integer, as opposite of east is west. So, let us solve question number 5 and find out Rita's final position after writing the necessary information given to us. Distance travelled towards east is represented by a position. Distance travelled towards east is represented by a positive integer. Distance travelled towards west will be represented by a negative integer. Rita travels a distance in east direction equals to 20 kilometers, and Rita travels a distance in west direction is equal to minus 30 kilometers. Thus, final position of Rita from A is equal to 20 plus minus 30. Now, subtracting 20 from 30 as a whole number by ignoring the sign as one integer is positive and one integer is negative. We get 10 and placing minus sign before 10 is absolute value of negative integer minus 30 is larger than the absolute value of positive integer 20. We get minus 10. Thus, we can say that final position of Rita from A is minus 10 kilometers. That is, Rita is now in west direction. Now, question number 7. In a magic square, each row, column and the diagonal have the same sum. Check which of the following is a magic square. Students, in this question, there are two squares, namely square 1 and square 2. And we have to write whether the given squares are magic squares or not. Students, so in order to conclude our answer that yes, a given square is a magic square or a given square is not a magic square, we have to find the sum of each row, column and the diagonals. If the sum of each row, that is, sum of 3 rows, columns and 2 diagonals are same, then we have to write yes, a square is a magic square. Otherwise, not. So, let us solve question number 7 and find the sum of each row, column and the diagonal and conclude the answer by writing yes or no. Sum 7. Solution of square 1. Sum of first row equals to 5 plus minus 1 plus minus 4. Now, keeping a positive integer 5 as it is and adding the negative integers 1 and 4 as a whole number by ignoring the minus sign, we get 5 and placing minus sign before 5 as the integer have same sign, that is minus sign, we get 5 plus minus 5. Now, subtracting 5 from 5 as a whole number by ignoring the sign, as one integer is positive and one integer is negative, we get 0. Thus, the sum of first row is 0. Now, let us find the sum of second row and add all the integers given in second row as the word sum is given to us. Thus, sum of second row equals to -5 plus -2 plus 7. Now adding 5 and 2 as a whole number and keeping a positive integer 7 as it is, we get -7 plus 7. Students, note that we get -7 as common sign is -7. Now, subtracting 7 from 7 as a whole number, we get 0. The sum of second row is 0. Now, let us find the sum of third row. The sum of third row is equal to 5 plus -5 plus 0. Now, subtracting 5 from 5 as whole number, we get 0. Thus, the sum of third row is also 0. Now, let us find the sum of all the three columns one by one, that is individually. Sum of first column equals to 5 plus -5 plus 0, which is equal to 0. Now, sum of second column equals to -1 plus -2 plus 3, which is equal to -3 plus 3, which is equal to 0. Now, sum of third column equals to -4 plus 7 plus -3, which is equal to -7 plus 7, which is equal to 0. Thus, the sum of first column, second column and third column is 0. Now, let us find the sum of both the diagonals. The sum of first diagonal equals to 5 plus -2 plus -3, which is equal to 5 plus -5, which is equal to 0. Now, sum of second diagonal equals to -4 plus -2 plus 0, which is equal to -6 plus 0, which is equal to -6. Thus, sum of second diagonal is -6. Students, here sum of each row, column and one diagonal is 0. But sum of second diagonal is -6, which is not equal to 0 and different from the others. Thus, square 1 is not a magic square. Students, note that I find the sum of each row, column and diagonal individually. You can also find the sum of all the three rows together by adding all the integers given in all the three rows. Likewise, the sum of all the columns and the sum of both the diagonals together. Students, solve square 2 by yourself. Thank you and have a wonderful day.